So I kind of just wanted to make a simple video about this, about what happened last night. And if you guys don't know, what happened last night was the first round of the NFL 2023 draft. And if you guys have been watching my channel, you guys would know I'm a big fan of the NFL, and I occasionally, when it's football season, I'll make football videos because that's what I'm interested in. But yeah, just kind of wanted to give my thoughts about the draft that happened last night, and yeah, just talk to you guys. So the first pick overall is, we all thought it would happen. Not really surprised. Bryce Young taken by the Carolina Panthers. Not surprising. Second, the Texans select C.J. Stroud. Not very surprising. Yeah, just not very surprising. The next one was kind of surprising to me, mostly because no one saw it really coming. That the Texans somehow traded up for Cardinals number 3 spot. So with that, the Texans also picked Will Anderson Jr. But yeah, just since we're on the Texans, I just want to say that we shouldn't really underestimate Texans. I know what they've done before was really bad. I mean, I think it was last season. Recently, they ended their season with like 10 losses or something. Very, very, bad losing streak. Some would say the worst team in the NFL. But I feel like they're slowly, building the roster. Like, they have they got CJ Stroud, and then they traded for another, very good player, rumored to be very good player, and on top they have like 10 more drafts in this whole draft, so they have like 10 picks. So yeah, just I think the Texans are building up, maybe slowly, but they are building up. I would just be worried of that. Indianapolis Colts, pretty surprising they went Anthony Richardson, because honestly I thought the Colts were, Will Levis kind of team. I thought they would go with him, but I guess they went with Anthony Richardson, another QB, I guess. For fifth pick, you could read 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You could see the rest of the draft now. One team I do want to talk is because I'm a fan of them, and just very exciting news that happened on Friday. So if you guys don't know the team I'm talking about the team with the 22nd overall NFL draft, the Baltimore Ravens, that recruited or drafted wide receiver Zay Flowers out of, I believe, Boston College. Now, I'm excited for the Ravens for a big reason. Multiple reasons. One, because earlier this month, if you were hip in the NFL news, they signed OBJ, very a very notable player, a very good wide receiver. And then earlier, I believe it was yesterday on Friday, we got news that the Ravens and Lamar Jackson have reached to an agreement of, I believe it was 60 million for 5 years and 185 guaranteed, which would make Lamar the highest paid NFL player ever. Kept at I believe it was like 52 million he gets per season, and that's even more than like Jalen Hurts, I believe. And yeah, they just um sealed the deal with Lamar. As you guys know, Lamar really good, and I really like him. And I kind of knew that Lamar was gonna sign with the Baltimore because I don't know. Lamar just gives me, a Baltimore feeling like it was meant to be with him, and with Zay Flowers. I mean, if you see him, like they don't like when you see Zay Flowers, like you think about the Ravens pretty much. Like, what other team is best suited for him? You know, other than Baltimore. I think it was a good fit for Zay Flowers, and I'm very excited to have him as a wide receiver. And I hope he could probably help Lamar and OBJ probably win a title. And that brings to my, I guess, predictions will happen. So I think will happen in the 2023 season. Um, Honestly, we'll probably make it to the playoffs like we did this year. But this time I'm hoping that we at least make it to the divisional round, because last time we were kind of our season ended mostly because Lamar didn't play. We lost against the Cincinnati Bengals 2020 in the first wild card, I believe. And yeah, just I just hope that the Ravens can get further. And I know what you guys are. I bet you guys are like kind of confused. Like, why wouldn't a fan want them to go to Super Bowl? And you guys are right. I would like them to go to Super Bowl, but I am very realistic and very conscious. And I know the quarterbacks that are in the AFC division, and I don't know. I just feel like they're just a big hurdle that Lamar's gonna have a hard time going through if he wants to win the AFC, especially that big mountain that he has to, fight against if he wants to really, probably go to the Super Bowl and win one. Is Patrick Mahomes of the Kansas City Chiefs, and I believe Joe Burrow in the Cincinnati Bengals in his division. Those are the two kind of mountains, so to speak, that are in Lamar's way of him, winning a Super Bowl title. Other than the rest of the players, yeah, they're good, like Josh Allen, Trevor Lawrence, um, I believe Tua Tagovailoa, um, yeah, and like other players too, in the AFC, other quarterbacks like Aaron Rodgers too. I believe he just signed with the Jets. Um, now he's gonna have to play with against probably CJ Stroud, I believe, and Bryce Young or something. But yeah, overall, I think it was a pretty cool draft. Um, there's a lot of interesting picks. I am, very excited to see Zay Flowers finally play for the wide like just to see him as a wide receiver. See how he managed with the Baltimore play style, especially OBJ Lamar, their tight end Mark Andrews, one of their receivers, I believe it was like Bateman or something. But yeah, honestly, I think looking at the Baltimore Ravens roster, they look pretty stacked. Probably a Super Bowl contender. Now, before I end this, draft talk, I do want to talk about one thing, and one thing that didn't happen, and that was that no team drafted Will Levis in the first round. Now, if you guys don't know Will Levis, you guys can pull up a picture, but he's pretty much a quarterback, a pretty good quarterback that was, in everyone's mock draft to go second. He was, a quarterback from Kentucky, and he was, in everyone's mock draft as like going in as like in the first round. And then sadly, um, he got invited because everyone believed he was a first round candidate. So they invited him. He was there at the draft location, and I mean, he just waited all night for his name to be called out like he thought it would. But sadly, no one called his name in the first round, and you know, I do feel bad for Levis because I mean, if you kind of saw him, he like you could tell like they put a lot of effort. Like he showed up to drop with his girlfriend, I believe, and his whole family. And on top, they were like really dressed out. Like his girlfriend, his mom, they all had like very expensive makeup, and everyone had like a very expensive looking dress or suit on. And just for no one to call their name the first night, it's pretty embarrassing. At least I would be pretty embarrassed, especially considering I'm a quarterback, which a lot of teams need. Um, and I was just told that my name would be called, and it hasn't yet. So that I think that would be very embarrassing, especially considering he's just a draft person. I just feel really bad for him for what he's going through because it must be, like I said, it must be very embarrassing to just show up with your very expensive suit, makeup, and the whole group, and then your name just never gets called up, and that I really feel for Will Levis. I mean, he he really thought, and I'm pretty sure most of America thought that his name would at least be called in the first round, but it never did. And I'm just I feel for Will Levis. Like I said, he showed up very. He thought his name was gonna get called out, but the whole night never was. And hopefully, I'm hoping that tonight is different for Will. Hopefully he gets called because, with the drama side, I do believe Will is a pretty solid quarterback, at least better than what some teams have as their quarterback. Like, I'm surprised the Lions didn't they didn't call Will Levis, or even to a certain extent I expected the Vikings because Kirk Cousins is like he's gonna turn 34, 35. So I mean, might as well just draft Levis, have him as a backup, have him learn for a year from Kirk Cousins, a veteran in the sport of quarterbacking, and then after that year, just let him uh, play in the place of let him replace Kirk Cousins because he's getting kind of he's getting kind of old. He's getting like up there in age with Aaron Rodgers. He's almost 40, even though he's turning 35. I still think it would have been wise of the Vikings to at least get a backup and an insurance plan even after Kirk leaves. And I'm just surprised that that didn't really happen. But overall, I am pretty happy with the result of this first round. Like I said, I'm very excited for to see what will happen probably tonight. I'll probably make another video about this probably tomorrow if I'm not busy. Um, Again, I'm very happy with what the Ravens picked. Wide receiver Zay Flowers. Obviously, I'm probably before the season starts. I'm probably gonna buy a jersey. Flowers, just to support the new kid, the new wide receiver. But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on the draft, round 1 of the NFL draft. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment, and I'll probably make a update video of this tomorrow to tell you guys what happened in the second or third round. But yeah, overall pretty good. But thank you. Please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.